Gentlemen and lady, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm back with some reveals for the Salamanders, who will join the battle this Friday, and I got some high rarity cards for you today, so let's not waste any time and check them out. The first card on my list is actually not that high rarity, it's just a common. It's a 1-drop with 1 attack, 2 health and survival 1. It's the Ergon Tactical Squad. Actually not too bad because of the survival 1. It's better than just having 3 health, so your opponent most of the time will need at least 2 actions to have this removed. And it also has a sacrifice, create a random artifact in your hand. So at the time I am making this video, unfortunately I have no idea what artifacts look like. All I know is that there are 7 different ones, and they are tactics which can't be put into your deck and which can only be generated by certain card effects, like this one. And if the artifacts are actually going to be really good, and there will be maybe an archetype which revolves around playing a lot of artifacts, these guys might actually see play, because they're a cheap and easy way to create those artifacts. Because, well, your opponent maybe bashes into them and they are still gonna have survival 1, doesn't have the tools to deal with it turn 1, I guess. Then you just slam them into the face and get an artifact into your hand, and that's gonna be their whole purpose, I guess. But actually they are going to replace Sorka Hunters as a generated token troop, and this is the warlord who spawns them. Let's check him out. It's Artalis Lumion, and he got promoted to Epic Rarity. He's now a 35 HP warlord with Survivor 5, which is actually better than just having 40 HP, and he's the first warlord ever who has a sacrifice ability. If you pop his Survivor on your turn, he will give +1/+1 to all your troops, and his active ability puts in play an Ergon Squad. That's the 1-drop I revealed earlier. So in total he seems very solid. He won't have that turns because you can just spawn a little dude. The dudes will create artifacts, and if the artifacts are going to be powerful, he's going to be an artifact creating machine. His sacrifice is somewhat of a gimmick, I think, but where it's gonna shine is if we get a reprint of something like Benevolence, so a card which lets you trigger sacrifice manually. And if it has a good effect, like healing your warlord or giving your warlord some attack, or even more survivor, you name it, then it's going to be pretty cool. So you get a good effect on your warlord and also buff your troops at the same time. Because, yeah, popping your survivor if you're about to lose on your turn, it's a bit risky unless they're lethal. So we will see how cool that is, but overall, he seems very solid, and I think we're gonna see a lot of him in the future. Next card on my list is an epic troop. It's the Pyroclast Warden, 6 energy 5/4 with survival 3, and on sacrifice it deals 2 to 3 damage to all other units. Who this reminds me of is Ancient Saver, and that guy got played a lot. He was used to clear the board or for wombo combos, basically huge sacrifice chains. And I guess this guy is going to serve the same purpose. He's also a bit cheaper, so pretty good replacement for Xaver. Only thing that kind of bugs me that the sacrifice damage is random 2 to 3. I don't know how good. Why not just make it 2 or 3? Anyway, let's continue with the last card. And the last card I got for you is a legendary tactic for 6 energy. It's Spirit of Nocturne, and by playing it your warlord gains, when a friendly troop triggers sacrifice, give +1/+1 to your troops. I don't think this is very good. This reminds me a lot of Bitter Memories. Bitter Memories costs 2 less though, and all you have to do there to buff your troops is put them in play. Here you have to meet a condition, and yes, to be fair, it buffs your whole board, but that's a very win more scenario, so I think this bears the risk of being a very dead card, especially if you're playing from behind. Additionally, I don't think that buffing the health of your troops is very beneficial if you are playing a sacrifice heavy deck, because the more health they have, the harder it gets to trigger the sacrifice effects. On the other hand, I think where this is going to shine is if we are going to get a card which spawns a lot of troops at once, and then a card like Nerves of Steel for the Iron Hands, but instead of Pride it triggers the sacrifice effects, and then all the sacrifices go off and all your troops get buffed back to back like 3 times or something. Then it's going to be good, but outside of combos like these, I don't think this is a very good card, but time will tell. Honestly, I was expecting something like when a friendly troop triggers sacrifice, trigger it twice, but thank God that didn't happen because, well, we all know one with death. Cards like these are insane. Alright guys, and that was it for my reveals. I hope you enjoyed, I hope it was informative. Let me know in the comments what you think about the new cards, and also don't forget to subscribe, because I will be streaming the release of the Salamanders as usual on this channel, and I hope to see you then. And until then, peace.